Hello, thank you for coming to the virtual Idaho Job and Career Fair. We are going to start here in about 2 minutes. I just wanted to share my screen so you guys can see the schedule for this networking breakout room. Hello, welcome to the virtual Idaho Job and Career Fair. Thank you so much for attending today. You are in the networking room 2, and my name is Hannah, your host. The following companies are in this networking room: Atlas Staffing, Valor Global, First Command Financial Services, and Taos. I would like to thank Atlas Staffing, who is the sponsor for this breakout room. Because of them, we are able to be here today. Also, just a friendly reminder that this session will be recorded today for future use. So if you have to hop around between breakout rooms, no problem. You will be able to view the information later. There will also be a Q&A on the bottom, so go ahead and submit your questions and we will get to those questions 5 minutes till the end. Each breakout room is 30 minutes and I will bring the schedule up between each company. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Austin from Atlas Staffing. Hello.
Hi.
The next 30 minutes is all yours, and thank you again for sponsoring this breakout room.
Absolutely, my pleasure. It's great to be here. All right, guys. Well, my name is Austin Plute. I'm from Atlas Staffing, and excited to talk to you today about our company and the exciting employment opportunities that we offer. And we hope that you'll consider working with us. So first, I want to introduce our team. I'm gonna share my screen and just kind of go over a little bit about Atlas. All right. So here's our Boise team. Got myself, I'm our account manager, branch manager, and then we have 2 recruiters, Chrysalyn and Terrence. Our office is located off of Maple Grove and Overland. And that's where we do our orientations and so forth. We're not doing in-person interviews currently, but we are doing orientations at the office, and we follow all the CDC guidelines for that. Yeah, that's our email address, boise@atlasstaffing.net, and that's our phone number if you'd like to contact us. So I want to tell you a little bit about Atlas, and the question you're probably asking, and the question that a lot of people ask is, why work with a staffing agency? Some people have a rough idea of what's a staffing agency is or does, but Atlas is a little bit different. Because we want to help you find that next great long-term full-time opportunity. We do all temporary to hire, temp to hire jobs. So you're not just working for a day or a week and then you're done. You're going to be working full-time, long-term, with the potential of becoming an employee at the company that you're working at. And so typically what happens is for the first 90 days, you're our employee. And then based on your performance and your attendance, your attitude, so forth, you can have the opportunity to become a permanent employee at the company you're working. So that's the best case scenario and the scenario that we want for all of our candidates. So why work with Atlas? Job searching is stressful. If you're here today, you're probably in the thick of that, right? Sending out applications, going on interviews, it can seem pretty hopeless. And what's great about working with Atlas is we can help with that. We don't charge any money for our services to candidates. So there's literally no downside to working with us. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to help, number one. As a staffing associate with Atlas, we want to treat you with the utmost dignity and respect. So you're part of our team, in other words, and you're part of our success. And that's how we see you. We don't see you as a number. We don't see you as another cog in the wheel. We see you as a person. And so not only are we going to treat you with dignity and respect, but we're going to always keep our commitments to you. What we say, for example, when we're talking to you about a position, we're totally transparent. What you're going to be doing, what the environment is like, what the pay is, what the hours are. So that way you know in advance, and that way it's just going to be a better scenario for you. So we want you to know right up front, that's how we operate. And one of our core values is, we are obsessed with our customer success. Not only the businesses we work for, but you, our candidates, we are just obsessed with your success. And we want you to feel welcomed, important, and appreciated through the entire process. So you'll be working with one of our recruiters. So the kind of how the process will go, and I'll talk to this more about this more a little bit later, is you'll do an initial interview or introduction with our recruiter, and they'll get not only a better idea of who you are as a person, but they're going to get a better idea of your skill set, and they're going to help you. If you're not sure what you want, they're going to help kind of uncover that. If just, making a certain amount of money is the most important to you, then that's fine. If a certain type of position is what's important to you, and that's what you need, that's great too. So we treat everyone, like I said earlier, as a person, and as an individual, everyone's different. And when it comes to work, especially, there's all different kinds of jobs for a reason, right? Because it takes all different types to get the job done. And so that's how we take the approach to helping our candidates find work. We want to get to know you, and because we're not just trying to push you towards a job, we're trying to help you be successful, because that's what makes us successful. Like I mentioned earlier, we're all about honesty, transparency, clear communication. So when you're looking for a job, it's exciting, but it's also really challenging. And what makes it even worse is when you don't know what's expected of you, right? You start a new job. Maybe you've never worked with a staffing agency before. You're totally clueless about how that process works. We let you know right up front what's expected. We let you know right up front, like I mentioned earlier, where you're going to be going, who you're going to be talking to, what kind of skills they want to see. We even prepare you. A lot of times you'll do an interview with them. We even prepare you for that. And that's just going to make you successful. We want to make sure you know exactly what you need to do. And once you do start an assignment with us, we have some great programs. Not only do we offer health benefits, and with some of our assignments, we offer paid time off, 401k, but we also offer what we call Titan Rewards. It's just a great way for you to earn points. You can redeem those points for gift cards, different stores, restaurants. It's just another way for us to give back to you. A lot of times, what we found is our candidates refer their friends to us, and we want to reward you for that. So again, you're not just a cog in the wheel. We ask that you help us out, refer your friends, leave us a review, and we reward you for that. And this program, Titan Rewards, is a great way to do that. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about our job opportunities and kind of how you apply to work with us, and then I'll talk about specific jobs that we have open right now, because we do have a lot. It's an exciting time in Boise, and there's a lot of companies that are hiring, and we are working with a bunch of them. So right here, this is our website, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take you there. All right. So you can see this is our website, and you can see there's 2 different avenues you can go. There's candidates and employers. Up in the top right, you can click on Apply Now. If you know for certain you want to interview with us and you want to talk to us, you can apply right away. So click on Apply Now. That will take you here. And it's basically that easy. Just sign up, first name, some information. That'll take you to a screen where you can attach your resume. You don't have to have a resume to apply with us. We're probably going to help you create one, so that way we can more effectively submit you for jobs. But if you're not sure what jobs or what kind of job opportunity you're interested in, you can still apply with us. And even if we don't have a job today that you're interested in, we get you into our system, into our pipeline, and we'll reach back out to you. We have people that interview with us, and then we go to work. We try to find something for you right away, but then if we don't have something right away, we keep in touch with you. We'll check back. Are you still looking for work? We had this opportunity come up today. Want to know if you're interested. Our jobs are changing almost daily. The opportunities that we have are changing almost daily, and I want to show you how to check those. So if you go to candidates and click on available jobs, you can see right here on the left, this will take you to our job board. And what you'll have to do, so Atlas is not a nationwide company. We're very local. We're in Boise, and then we also operate in Spokane, Washington, and Yakima, Washington. And that's it. So when you go to our job board, you can just type in Boise, and any distance. If you want to stick to Boise, you could do 10 miles or whatever. You'll search, and here are some of our open jobs that we have right now. And I'll kind of go through them so you can get a good idea of what we offer. We have a lot of entry-level, hands-on kind of jobs, and depending on what kind of wage you're looking for, and that's another thing that we talk about. We ask you right up front, what's the minimum wage that you need to be making? We're not going to push you towards a job that, if you want to make $15 an hour and a job is paying less than that, that's probably not going to be a good fit for you. That's not something that you're going to be happy at long term. And that's what the name of the game is for us. We want you to be happy long term, right? We want you to stick with this. So that's something we talk about right away, is what's the minimum wage that you need to be making to be comfortable. So here are some opportunities we have. We have a press machine operator position in Boise with a great company. So that's like a good example of a typical job. Do you like working with your hands? Do you like to tinker and fix things? A lot of our jobs kind of fall into that category. We've got production sheet metal worker out in Caldwell. We have jobs in Boise, not a ton in Meridian right now, but Boise, Nampa, and Caldwell. So if you're wanting to stick to a certain part of the valley, we typically have an option for you. And then plumber, pipe fitter, electrical assembly, both of those, $14.30 an hour. And for example, if you're interested, like let's say you're interested in that electrical assembly job, you can click on it and then you'll get even more information here. You can see on the right, it says temp to perm. That's what I was talking about, where you're full-time, you're Atlas's employee, and then what happens is temp to perm means after 90 days, roughly, they will review and they can bring you on as their employee full-time. So you can see the wage. The shift is also something that we are very open with. So this is a swing shift, and we also point out that days vary. So that's another thing. If that's not okay with you, we're very upfront about that. So that's a little bit about that position. And then if you scroll down, we've got CDL drivers, great wage starting out there. We've got customer account support. Right now, we've got a ton of not only hands-on jobs, we've got a ton of great administrative jobs too. So if you're not a hands-on person like myself, I can't swing a hammer to save my life. I try, but it's not easy. But if you're like me, you like working with people, we have some great administrative jobs as well. And for example, we sometimes have very niche jobs. So if you have any experience with medical insurance, we're looking right now, we're looking for an insurance agent for a small insurance provider here and they're actually in Meridian. So that's a good example of you may interview with us and you have a ton of insurance experience. We don't have a good job fit for you right now. If you interview with us, as soon as this job, for example, becomes available, we're going to reach right back out to you, and you're going to be first in line, so to speak. A lot of the companies that we work for, they are way too busy to handle hiring for whatever reason. They're not able to do that, and so they ask us to do that. So rather than them having to sift through a ton of applications, they're coming to us first. So if you've already applied, if you've already spoken to us, if you've already gotten yourself into our pipeline, our system, you're going to be first in line for that job. So that's a good example of a job where we may not have something like that for you right away. Something's going to come open. Then here's some other positions that we have. Again, customer service associate. So that you can see on the right here, it says temporary. This position, I believe, it's about 2 months to 3 months. And again, we're very upfront about that. So this position will end, in other words. So this isn't going to be long-term. It's going to be 2 to 3 months, depending on their needs. I will tell you, a lot of our temporary positions, even though they are temporary, they can lead to other opportunities, but we're just very upfront. If you're looking for a temporary job, like some people are only going to be here for a certain amount of time and then they're moving on for whatever reason, we're very upfront about that. So here's some other positions we have: manufacturing, production assembly, production operator, mechanic, an operations administrator. So you can get a good sense of the kind of the jobs we have available. A lot of them are more entry level, some skills required. And again, you will have the opportunity to go and do a second interview. So not only are you going to interview over the phone with a recruiter with Atlas, but if you're a good fit, if the company is interested in meeting you, you get to go interview with them. So you get to go, not only do they get to meet you, see if you're a good fit, you get to go and see the environment, see if it's a good fit for you. That's another thing that we feel leads to success. We're not going to tell you, all right, you got the job, you've never been there before, you've never met anyone. show up and go to work. We're not going to ask that of you. So you get to go out there, you get to review the environment, you get to meet some people, you get to see if it's a good fit. And another great benefit of working with an agency, if you get started in a job and it's not a good fit for whatever reason, obviously we want you to resign on good terms, but if you aren't happy, we'll help you find something else. We hope that doesn't happen, but that's another advantage of working with us. If God forbid something does happen, doesn't work out, we'll help you find something else. So that's another thing I wanted to point out. And again, our job board here is always changing daily. So please, always, we always encourage people, check it often. Jobs get added all the time. So that's something that we ask you to do too. So that's a little bit about Atlas, about our job board. We really encourage folks to, even if you don't see a job on there that you're interested in, you look at the job board, just don't see anything, we encourage you to still apply, because like I said, jobs get added all the time. And if you're a good fit, you're going to be first in line. So that is what I have today. I'd love to answer some questions. Yeah, thank you.
All right, I have a few questions for you.
All right.
So, what is the process or timeline once a candidate submits an application? Like, how long does it usually take for you guys to reach out to them?
Great question. So, we internally we decided that 24 hours maximum. We want to make contact with you. So once you apply, we're going to contact you within 24 hours. And we'll either shoot you a quick text, we'll give you a phone call, and we'll arrange a time that works for you.
Awesome. And then are you paired with a recruiter once you apply? And then do they help you set up a profile that jobs can view on your page?
Good question. So the job board you can view without a profile. You do set up a profile initially, and you attach your resume and so forth. And then after you do that initial application, you do an interview with a recruiter. And yes, you have a dedicated recruiter that you're paired with. Obviously, if you call our branch and let's say you're paired with Chrislyn, if you call our branch and she's unavailable, your call might come to me. So I might help you with questions that you have. Our team is always there to help you, but yeah, you have a dedicated recruiter that helps you find a job and takes you through the whole process. So once you interview and accept a position, then your recruiter remains with you. Even though you've started a job, they're there to answer questions. They're like your point of contact when it comes to anything you need.
Awesome. And then once you apply for a job through your site, do they contact you then, or do they contact someone who had applied for the job? Like, how do they get in contact with the person who wants the job?
How does
the company they're applying for reach back out? Do they reach through you guys or directly to them?
Great question. So it's kind of both. So some of the companies we work with, we'll do the initial handshake, if you will. Like, we will introduce the candidate to them. Like, we do our interview with the candidate. It's a good fit. The candidate is on board. We'll submit their resume, and we do a write-up of our experience, why we feel that this person is a good fit. And then sometimes, most of the time, we will arrange an interview with them, with the company. Sometimes they'll reach out directly and arrange that themselves. But most of the time, we'll still be involved no matter what. But sometimes the company will reach out. Hey, I received your information from Chrislyn or Terrence at Atlas, and I'd love to set up an interview with you. So that's kind of how it'll go.
Awesome. And then we have a question from David. He wants to know, do you have any part-time opportunities for older professionals looking to stay active?
Yeah, I would tell you, it just depends on what we have at a given moment. I know I was just chatting with a company the other day that's looking for part-time administrative work. I would say we don't often have part-time positions, but they do come up periodically. So that's a good example of even if we don't have something like that today, you can still interview with us. We can get you into our system, get you connected to our recruiter, and then as soon as something becomes available, we'll let you know. And the other thing we do is we'll do some searching for you too. Even if a company that we work with doesn't have an open job, if you're a good fit for them, then we'll send your information, and oftentimes they may still offer you a job just because they have a good relationship with us. They trust us. So when we say, hey, this person is a great fit for you, they trust us to make that connection. Good question.
Awesome. So on top of part-time jobs, so you said you guys don't have a lot of part-time job, it's more like full-time jobs?
Most of our positions are, yes, full-time.
Okay, awesome. Do you see any like temporary help needed, like for temp positions, or no?
We have, right now, I think we have one temporary position, but it's still full-time and it's 2 to 3 months. So majority of our positions are going to be more longer term. And that's just something that Atlas as a company has chosen to focus on. We find that majority of the candidates that we work with are just looking for longer term jobs. So if you are interested in 1 day or 1 week jobs, you can still reach out to me. You can email me, and I can give you some recommendations on where to go for that.
Awesome. We have 5 more minutes, so a couple more questions.
Okay.
Would you say that the jobs on your site, that they're commonly posted on other job sites?
Yes, we also use Indeed, and we post jobs on Facebook. Those are going to be the 2 other avenues. And we don't post all of them on Indeed. For example, they're not all going to be posted on Indeed. I believe all of them are going to be on Facebook. So if you'd rather apply there, but what we really want to encourage people to do is to go onto our website and click apply. That's going to be the fastest way, because even if you apply through Facebook or through Indeed, we're still going to have you do that. We're still going to have you apply on our website. So I'd encourage folks to do that.
Okay, awesome. Are there any companies you work the most with?
The most with, meaning?
They're always needing someone, just like, or a kind of job that you see most like needing help with?
Sure. Okay. Good question. So a majority of I would say the like hot jobs that are needed right now are manufacturing technicians. So if you have any sort of experience, like if you can read a tape measure and you're good with your hands, you're good with tools, you have experience building things, manufacturing of any kind, those folks, I would tell you, are a hot commodity right now. And we, in particular, we can find you something. So that would be a type of position I would definitely say would be, highly sought after right now.
Awesome. And then one last question is, what is your success rate with finding your candidates jobs?
Good question. So if we have a job that a candidate is interested in and we're submitting them, it'd probably be about 75%. And obviously that fluctuates, but I would say that our success rate is around 75%. So once we submit you for a job, most of those will result in at least a second interview with the company. And then from there, I'd say about 60 to 75% of those get job offers.
Awesome. All right. Well, those are all the questions I have for you today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Hannah.
Yeah, thank you so much. And then thank you again for being the sponsor for this breakout room.
Yeah, our pleasure. We look forward to working with you guys too.
Awesome. Sounds great. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So we just heard from Austin from Atlas. We ended a couple minutes early, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see the agenda for today. So we just got done with Atlas Staffing. That was awesome. So if you need any jobs, go visit their site. This is also recorded, so if you missed how to do that, you can find this recording later and then go to them. And since we ended a few minutes early, I am going to just stay on this page so you guys can know where we're at. We're going to be heading to Valor Global next at 1:30, which is here in a minute now. So awesome. While I have you here, I am going to remind you that this is recorded. So like I said, you will be able to find it in the future. And then also if you need to jump around to another breakout room, that's totally fine. You're able to do that just because this is recorded. So don't feel like you're going to miss out on any information, because this will be in your pocket for later. We do have a question and answer button on the bottom. So if you have any questions for any of these companies, please, please, please ask. We will leave 5 minutes at the end for question and answer. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And would lastly like to, again, thank you, Atlas, for sponsoring this breakout room. And it looks like it's about 1:30, so I'm going to have Kimberly and Arendita on, who are with Valor Global. Hi, Kimberly. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. I see you have a fellow employee on with you. Do you know if she's just going to be speaking, or if oh, there we go. She's connecting.
She's helping
Awesome.
with chat.
Okay, perfect. So I will go ahead and leave the next 30 minutes to you guys. And then I will go ahead and mute myself and my video. If you need any help with chat, just let me know. But yeah, the next 30 minutes is yours.
Perfect. I'll share my screen and then I'll kick it off and then bump it over to, okay. All right, hello everyone. I'm just going to start off. My name is Kimberly Burns. I am the recruiting manager over at Valor Global. I have Dita on the line with us, and then McCarthy will also be joining us. Hannah, can you do me a favor and stop me if my internet cuts out at all, so that way people can hear me?
Yeah, I will definitely let you know if it does. I have your phone number, so I can shoot you a text if you freeze up at any time.
Okay, great. Thank you. Usually Zoom's pretty good, but I just want to double check. So, yeah, so Valor Global, just kind of want to explain to you guys a little bit about who Valor Global is. It is a new footprint in Idaho. So what we do is we do care center solutions. So what that means is we have various different types of campaigns as well as different types of clients that we partner with. So we are currently looking for customer service representatives to give that world-class customer service experience. You will handle call types depending upon the campaign. So, example of one of our current campaigns is Sprint. So we handle Sprint's care center solutions, meaning we take their inbound calls, helping with service needs, billing, customer service inquiries, account questions, that sort of thing. We also have other clients like Livy and Luca and T, and we help them with their e-commerce platforms. So it's a wide variety of opportunity. It just depends on the demand from the client. So our purpose that we have within Valor Global is honestly to serve and support our customers' achievements of their business goals and profitability. So we fully understand full picture what their needs are, and then they hire us on to take care of that at world-class service, which is awesome because then what they're doing is they set expectations and we're the ones that go and meet it and get to work with a variety of different types of businesses and clientele. Our goal is also to support our employees achievement of their dreams and goals. So this is not only about our clients, but it's also about our employees and what are your career goals and what are your dreams and what do you want to accomplish? You know, do you want to come in and get to management level? Do you want to come in and be a developer? Do you want to, you know, lead the way? Like there's so many different career paths, and that's why we're very proud of Valor and their dreams and goals and what we can instill for them. One of our other purposes, commitment to supporting local and global philanthropies. So we are very highly involved in the community. So we like to put our footprint everywhere, and we like to also be engaged and in the know on what's going on, anything from helping in soup kitchens to boxing needs for, you know, the military. Is it writing cards to the orphanage? Whatever it is, we like to be able to make an impact on a broader horizon. So with that being said, I'm going to kick it over to McCarthy if he is on. Hannah, do you see McCarthy on by chance?
I do not.
Okay, let me see if he has, and he was given the link. I just want to make sure he can get in.
Yes. I can, while you're presenting, I can go ahead and email it again to him real quick.
Okay, sounds good. And then Dita, if you want to message him to see if he's around. But I'll just jump right into our culture and our values and, you know, what the heck is it like to work for Valor? You know, what kind of energy is there? You know, what type of people are there? So this kind of gives you a little bit of a taste of, you know, there's a huge diversity of people at Valor, and we like to celebrate the wins. We like to help each other through the obstacles. So we have 3 values. One of our values is exceeding expectations. We like to always under promise and over deliver. So our client expects this, we want to give them this and wow them. We want to leave someone with that wow at the end of the day, where they want to tell everybody else and they want to come back to us and they want to continue business with us. And so at the end of the day, it's how do you exceed those expectations with our clients, but also how do you exceed expectations with your peers and the people you report to, and how do you stand out? And so this is, you know, one of the pictures of one of our agents on the floor just exceeding expectations and going past what was asked of him because he wanted to and he knew he was capable of. So why stop at this when I know I can do this? Oh, there's McCarthy. I'm like, I don't want to steal all his thunder. I'll have to go through all of these, but I will let McCarthy. McCarthy, I just was going over exceeding expectations, so I will let you jump in at admiring our people, our value.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yes.
Awesome. And I just hope that it's working appropriately. Can everybody see me?
Yep.
Awesome. So yeah, hi guys, my name is McCarthy. I'm one of the recruiters here at Valor Global Recruiting. And I'll kind of just get into a little bit about, you know, exceeding expectations. Not necessarily exceeding expectations, as Kimberly already discussed that, sorry about that, but admiring our people. One of the great things about Valor Global and why I continue to work here is the matter of the fact that not just our CEOs and my constituents in the recruiting realm or in human resources continue to admire each other, but we also like to admire all employees within the entire hierarchy. And one of the great things about admiring our people is the fact that we have a program called the Dream Manager Program. One of the crazy things to think about is that Valor Global helps many people. You know, the Dream Manager Program is a program that's hosted by one of our lovely employees by the name of Bernadette Thies, and she receives many different applications, more so of just taking a one-on-one basis and calibrating with not just people within the higher hierarchy, but many people within the lower echelon as well who are regular CSR agents. Now, most of our customer service agents, you know, may come to human resource or even go to Bernadette, you know, with a dream that they have. One of the great things that Valor Global loves and really admires is the fact that no dream is big, no big or any less. And one of the great things, and I like to kind of cover some examples of what our dream manager has serviced and some of our success stories. You know, Valor Global, we've helped an employee reunite with his sister after 21 years. In regards to that story, what was really imperative about that was, you know, this particular agent came up to us and was telling us a little bit about their situation. And we were able to go ahead and take the necessary steps of writing up a dream plan and allowing ourselves to fully revamp their core values and have it aligned with ours, and really take a bottom approach and a top approach in making sure that this dream was fulfilled to its fullest. And as well, there's another example that, you know, Valor Global helped an employee create and start the Soul West Fest. The Soul West Fest was founded by one of our great employees who's a creative artist, if you will. Her name is Aaliyah, and she was able to not necessarily want a fest where many people get around and where they're able to, you know, enjoy music, where they're able to enjoy art, but it was more so of the artists and allowing artists within the local regions and our demographic to ensure that they're receiving proceeds, that they're receiving profits from their sales, and allowing this entire fest to be a production where many people can collaborate and artists of all realms are being exposed to the greater wider area. And one of the other great things that Valor Global does is sponsors Arizona employees to walk for autism. You know, it's a cause that's very close to our heart as well, because one of our employees really came to us with this approach, and we were able to delegate the situation appropriately. And one of the great things as well is Valor Global, you know, provides the service not just for people within the higher echelon, but we also, you know, admire people in different ways too. One of the great things is that you could literally be talking with many different people of all realms within the company. You know, you could be speaking with one of the CEOs or business partners within the realm of business. You could be speaking with either me or Dita on the floor as we do return to work right now. Unfortunately, COVID-19 has definitely taken us into unprecedented times. So as of right now, we are all working from home, but I always tell people that, you know, watch what you say, watch what you do, only because we're always going to be on the floor. And you could speak and pick up a conversation with anybody, either that be with my recruiting manager or even it be an operations director. So we are really a tight-knit community, and not only just admiring our people, but I hope that you guys are interested in, you know, Valor Global in the future, in the near future realm. And one of another thing that I like to go ahead and talk about is, Kimberly, which slide am I going to be?
Sure. If
covering?
you want to, I touched on this already, but if you want to go through, you know, just that it's a family-owned and operated business.
Yeah. So yeah, one of the great things too about Valor Global is that family is everything. And as Valor Global has been founded by two amazing people who are the CEOs of our company, which is Simmer and Vicky Mayo, husband and wife duo, power couple, if you will. You know, one thing that I, you know, resonate with the story is the fact that it was founded in an apartment, and it was in a building where Simmer and Vicky Mayo created a master plan, if you will. And the master plan consisted of allowing themselves to have a strategic business plan and allow this entire dream to come into fruition, if you will. Now, with it being a family-owned business, you know, as I stated before, they are husband and wife, and they actually have an adopted son, Mr. Aman, who actually works with our Valor Global, one of our Valor Global campaigns as well. And I do believe that they do have an additional family member, Mr. Simeo, who works as an operations director as well. Not only just with it being a direct line of contact within their family, they are really, how do I explain this? We are very tight knit within family. Again, that's one of the reasons why I continue working for Valor Global, is that I'm very connected with my recruiting manager, my recruiting constituents. And above all else, one of the great things is that, you know, we really like to be connected in other realms of line of business as well, either that be within the operations department. You know, I like to pick up conversations and allow myself to have full transparency with many of the different employees in the realm of business as well, or either just picking up a conversation with a customer service representative down the hallway and allow myself to, you know, ask them how their day was, ask them, you know, is there anything that I could do to prepare you to be a little better on your day-to-day metrics that you can complete. so forth and so on. That's one of the reasons why I like to, be a part of this company, is that it is a family-owned business, and everything within the environment screams family, if you will.
Something else I want to throw in too is, being that this is a family-owned and operated business, we understand that you're at work to help take care and provide it for your family. So we like to take care of our employees as if they're family as well. So we do have 401k match, we do have full benefits, medical, dental, health, and we have other perks and programs that are benefits to you as an employee to make sure we're taking care of you so that you're able to take care of your family. So that just to go along with what McCarthy's family for us as well. Go right ahead.
Awesome. So, going over a little bit about, career growth opportunities, one of the amazing things about Valor Global as well is the fact that we promote 90% within. It's crazy to think, if you will, but a lot of our internal promotions are internal postings. Now, a little bit about my own personal journey is, back in 2018, I applied for a position as a regular customer service agent. And after not only just exceeding my expectation and meeting my metrics, I was allowing myself to have a diligent process to ensure that many people were guiding me in the appropriate direction and following the appropriate chain of command, and allowing myself to not just shadow and be mentored, but I wanted to become a quality assurance analyst, if you will. And so forth, so be it. What happened 2 months down the later, after I was meeting my entire metric system and allowing myself to make the appropriate connections within the chain of command, I then became a quality assurance analyst. And as a quality assurance analyst, I was within that realm for 6 months. And I was a bit, unclear where I wanted my career to go. And this is me being very transparent with you. And I decided to take a different approach, which was talent acquisition. And as a talent acquisition recruiter, I was able to be under the great coaching realm of Miss Peggy Peasley. She is actually our human resources director. And she allowed me to not just fully grow my potential, but allow my skill set to expand as I continued the role. And as of right now, I've been a talent acquisition recruiter for almost a year. And as I am a talent acquisition recruiter for almost a year, I've seen many different success stories within our company, as well as many of my constituents have been promoted, either that be into a team managerial position as a peer mentor, or either it be within the QA department, or even as an operations director. I've seen many different candidates that I've hired as well be promoted within those particular roles as well. So if you are interested in a growth opportunity and not just interested into a 9-to-5 type of position, Valor Global is definitely the company for you, as it's definitely something that is accommodable here, and it's something that we definitely like to groom leadership here, because again, we definitely promote 90% within.
And I'll throw out there too, just to put in perspective, in the last 10 days, I've promoted 5 people internally, and I'm getting ready to promote another 5. So something great about Valor is we don't wait till the end of the year or mid-year reviews. It's going to happen as business needs it, and it's always going to open up internally, no matter what. To see, where the individual is. If someone wants opportunity and coaching to get there, that's what we're here for. So it is really great to come in and even learn it from entry-level coaches, so that you can also grow into that and really develop a career and strong leadership skills. All right, so I'm going to Janky McCarthy. You did a wonderful job going over values and culture and just the aesthetic of the company. But what's available? What's available right now at Valor Global that you can apply to in our Idaho location? We should let you know that we also have a footprint in Phoenix and Costa Rica, and also in Manila, Philippines currently, and we are forever growing and hiring. So that could change today, it could change in 5 years. We just don't know, which is the beauty of this company. So first position, customer service representative. This is a great opportunity for you to learn about care centers and how it operates and what you do, because we're not just looking for call center experience or care center experience. If you've got customer service experience, we can teach you the tools and the job. That part is not the hard part, but we want to be able to give the world-class customer service experience. We love for candidates who want to do that servant leadership, who want to help the other person align and turn their day around, or just help them with what they need and leave them with a good vibe for the rest of the day, that they felt like that you gave them everything that you could. So we are currently hiring for this. You can go to valorglobal.com/careers, and the posting is on there. Be prepared. You do have to upload a resume, so make sure you have an up-to-date resume so that we're able to accurately review your application. From there, we will reach back out to you to set up an interview should we feel that you are a fit for the job role itself in the company, because we are very big on, culture, family, and the job description, and you wanting to grow a career here. So that is one opportunity. The second opportunity is our L1 Solutions Administrator. So this is more with our IT department that will be doing a variety of job, it's kind of a jack of all trades with IT to help with the equipment and the pass out, and helping with the service tickets, and it's a leg up if you have some certifications, experience with a lot of the systems and tools right now, just because then and are familiar with just how technology works, because we all know it can be the best thing and the worst thing in the same day. But this is our other position that we are currently looking for. You can also apply to this at valorglobal.com/careers. If you have any questions, or if we haven't addressed something while you're going through the application process, and obviously if we're not here and available to you, you can always email recruiting@valorglobal.com, and we're more than happy to get back to you on that and guide you in the right direction. So just a little bit about our onboarding process, so that you know what to expect. Once you apply and you have your resume uploaded, we are typically really fast about turning around and reaching out to you and letting you know either we need further information to qualify you, or we're reaching out to you for a time to interview and a time that works to meet in your schedule. At that point, you will interview typically with McCarthy or Dita. We have a few others interviewing, but those are top recruiters, top notch. And so you will be speaking with them. Once you are qualified and we discover, hey, this is a great fit, we want to offer you, you will get an offer letter. From there, once you sign it, you do new hire paperwork. And then once new hire paperwork is complete, then you will get steps on how to pick up your equipment. Currently, we are working remote, but post-pandemic, we will be going into the office. We strongly believe in an office culture and just vibing with your peers and learning from your peers. And right now, we're doing a great job of doing it virtually, and we have a lot of things in place to help with that. But sometimes it's nice to have that interaction. So post-pandemic, you'll go into the office. And then once you have your equipment, we'll send out invites. We like to do what's called a tech check. We'll make sure that you're able to log in successfully from home, and that you're able to do it just like you did at the office. And then we'll start the onboarding process. From there, depending upon the campaign, you will have training that will last anywhere from 3 days to 6 weeks, depending upon the level of the job and the level of the customer service rep that we need for that campaign and that client. And then once you do that, you'll be transitioned to your team. And that's where you'll meet your team that you'll work with day in and day out. We do either set schedules or shift bidding, depending upon the campaign. And that way, we appreciate you being upfront with what your actual availability is, because the customer service job and the L1 Solutions job requires some flexibility, because you may have a set schedule Monday through Friday, but if we change campaigns, it might switch to an earlier shift that's 7 to 4, or a later shift that's 8 to 5, 9 to 6. So we just ask you to be upfront on what your needs are, so that we're able to accommodate and get you connected with the right campaign and clients. Other than that, we are going to open it up, I believe, for questions. So Hannah, I don't know how you like to do this with questions, if they type them in or.
Yeah, so I have a few questions for you guys. So you said that there's opportunities in Costa Rica. Do they need to be do they have to talk more languages than just English? How do you get to Costa Rica?
So Costa Rica has their own hiring that they're doing right now. So we do transfers if people want to go work in a different place. It doesn't commonly happen, because typically people have their roots where they're at. They do in Phoenix is nice to be bilingual. It's kind of like a perk to have it. Costa Rica, I believe, Dita, I haven't done any of the interviewing out there. I know Andres handles that, but are they looking for bilingual out there? Is she on there? Dita? I'm going to say yes, just because of the nature of the calls that we get, Hannah, but I'll go back.
No problem. And then since culture is very important with your company, do you guys do any team bonding outside of the office with each other?
Yes, prior to the pandemic, events were a very big thing. And doing team events, leadership events, constant coaching and development opportunities. That's how we're such a tight-knit group is, we had those relationships inside and outside of the office. So yes, that looks very different right now. It's a lot of virtual events that we do together, but post-pandemic, absolutely, we'll go to the St. Mary's Food Bank together. We'll do philanthropic events together. We'll do baseball games together. It's a wide variety of those events that you can know each on a personal level, because I feel like if you understand someone and their story, then you're more successful with them in the workplace.
Awesome. And then would you say there's anything on a candidate's application that you're looking for?
Yes, typically I look for longevity. I want to see that you have been able to hold a job somewhere and that you are committed to wanting a career and that you want to be with us for the long run. We really like to invest in our people and what we do with them. So we're not looking to hire someone that wants to change jobs every 3 months. I'm definitely like longevity is a big thing for me. And what kind of experience? Like, have you done any sort of servant leadership? Even if it's, have you worked in a coffee shop and had to serve other people, or even in a restaurant? I'm looking for someone that knows like customer service and what it feels like, serve someone other than themselves.
Awesome. And then, sorry, you might have touched on this, but how long have you been with the company for?
So I currently came over to the company a few months ago, but my previous job, I was in the tech industry as well for 8 years. So I'm a loyal worker, a long haul worker. I know McCarthy and Dita have been here a long time and through several promotions. And I know even Dita has been here through the acquisition and she's seen that whole transition. So yeah, we have people who have been here anywhere from, started today to, since the company was born 16 years ago. So it's nice because there is fresh blood coming in, but there's also a lot of really good promotions and talent within the company.
Awesome. And I know for a lot of people that if you're having reviews at your company, there's some kind of like goals to hit to get those promotions. Would you say that your employees are always like having reviews and then there's always goals to meet to get those promotions?
Yes, so we have what's called KPIs, key performance indicators. So depending upon your job role, it will determine, you hitting those goals. So whether it's getting certain scores on your quality assurance calls that are getting graded, but they're upfront. You've got a sheet, you know what you're getting graded on. You know you have to put on these certain points in a call, so it's not a surprise by any means. And the other thing is too, your availability. Are you available for our customers? That as a customer service rep, you need to be available for our customers. So those are just a couple of them. Attendance is a big thing. Show up. You're showing up not only for yourself in a job, but show up for the client and the customer who's depending on you for that help. Just like you would depend on someone showing up to get a coffee at the coffee shop, or you're depending on someone to answer the phone when you can't figure out Hulu at midnight. So that's all we ask. Show up and give it your all and give them that world-class experience.
Awesome. And of course, right now with the pandemic, you guys are working from home, but when you guys return to the office, are there virtual jobs available?
So it's going to depend. As of right now, there is no plan for us to go back in the office. Like, we want to make sure, especially being, us in Arizona and Idaho, we want to make sure the safety of our employees comes first, and that we have the best possible options open. A lot of people are already asking to go back to the office, truthfully, just because of the vibe there, and what they miss is just that, jiving with people throughout the day. People, some people just don't like to work from home. We haven't even talked about having a permanent work from home team, honestly, because we haven't had a need for people wanting to stay home. But I'm sure we'd be open to it if there's a high enough need for it.
Awesome. And then let me see. Oh, what are the really quick, what are the employee benefits? Like, what do you guys offer?
Yeah, so we have the 401k match that for our hourly employees, after 3 months is when you can start contributing to your 401k. We do a 90-day probationary period when you do start, just to make sure it's a right fit for you and for the company, that we're getting you into the right role where you want to develop. But then we also do medical, dental, and health as well, or medical, dental, and vision, sorry, as well. We have other perks such as, discounted tickets when the sporting events are back. We're working on, bus passes and bus parks as well in Idaho, being that we just started in Idaho not too long ago. It's something we have in Arizona, and we're trying to mirror right now in Idaho and find those needs. Childcare subsidy is also, something we're looking into because we have it currently in Arizona. So trying to get all those same perks in Idaho as well. We do have health, I don't want to say like challenges, but if you sign up for gyms, you're being healthy, and so a lot of times what United does is they'll kick back money for being that healthy lifestyle. So that's also within the benefits as well.
Oh, that's really awesome that they do that.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, well, those are all the questions I have for you guys.
Thank you. Anything else, Dita or McCarthy, you guys need to add?
Not on my end.
Nope, not on mine either.
Well,
You
thank you
kind of
everyone.
covered everything.
Thank you to everyone that joined. We thoroughly enjoyed talking to you. We wish we could see everybody. We're used to doing recruiting events in person, but thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions that you think of post this, please email us at recruiting@valorglobal.com, and we're happy to answer them.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, Hannah.
Alrighty, guys. Let me get all squared away for our next presenter. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so you guys can see where we're at in the schedule. So we just talked with Valor Global. So now we are going to move into our 2 o'clock session with First Command Financial Services. I want to thank again Atlas Staffing for sponsoring this breakout room. Also a friendly reminder that this is being recorded. So if you miss a company, it's okay. You can go ahead and view them at a later date. And then also, please use our quick question and answer button on the bottom if you have any questions. All right, we are going to move on to Todd with First Command Financial Services. Hi, Todd. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you?
Awesome, doing well. The next 30 minutes is yours. I will go ahead and turn off my audio and video and then pop on about 5 minutes to the end.
Okay. All right. So good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for taking some time out to be with us today. Couple things before, I always like to point out to people before I start talking about First Command is that I am not a recruiter, and I am my job as a district advisor is to hire, train advisors, and I still see clients because we have such a need for more advisors for our team here in Idaho and up in Spokane and Eastern Washington. I also have no expectations that anyone out there knows anything about this career. We're more focused on hiring leaders who are a good fit culturally with our team and our company. And so there is absolutely no expectation that you know anything about what a financial advisor does. And that being said, whatever questions you have, I'm sure that everyone out there is interviewing with other companies, perhaps other financial companies, perhaps not. But I always want to be sincere in that you always get a transparent and honest answer from me about the good, the bad, the ugly, about how any of this career works or is. And it's one of those careers where you don't go to career day at high school and there's a financial advisor booth and that, everyone wants to be a financial advisor. It's just not that way. And for all of us in this career, we have a strong passion to help others. We're coachable, trainable, and we all took a leap of faith, if you will, to believe that this is going to work. And as scary as it was, this was the best decision that I've ever made in my career. A little background on me to kind of emphasize all this point. I'm originally from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I was in the Army, I was in the infantry. I had a mechanical engineering degree, and then I got out of the military and I did construction management for 13 years, and I have a master's in international business. And not one track of 20 some years of being out in the working world did I ever think I'd be a financial advisor, let alone a district advisor now with First Command. But I did become a client in 1995. I love this company. I love what it stands for, and I just have a great time every day doing what we do for our clients and our military. So our mission up on the screen is simple. As you may have noticed, we're a very military-centric company. 8 out of 10 of the advisors are veterans or active duty spouses. But that being said, we don't require any military connection at all to become part of our family of advisors. I do tell people that if you're not comfortable around weapons, uniforms, or jets flying around, this may not be the company for you. But if you're comfortable with that and want to work with a pretty unique set of people out there, then this is the right company to be at. We don't just work with military, we do work with civilians from all walks of life, but our primary focus and niche market, if you will, is already defined as our nation's military. There's our vision. Again, you'll see all these slides are very military centric today. A little video that explains kind of what our company does.
We are personal financial coaches serving our nation's military families. Since our founding in 1958, we remain committed to supporting the lifelong financial security of the men and women who serve our country. Our passion is to coach our clients to become financially disciplined and confident. We know the military's benefit structure and retirement programs. We pride ourselves on helping our clients get financially squared away from the start of their military careers to retirement and beyond, at home or during deployment, in times of joy and in times of tragedy. We believe there is no substitute for building a relationship of trust and mutual understanding by meeting face to face. Because many of our advisors are veterans or military spouses themselves, we know from experience that life in the military can be demanding and uncertain. Therefore, we focus on providing proactive service in flexible and convenient ways that best meet the specialized needs of our clients as they evolve. Wherever our clients go, First Command's dedicated team is there for them with the knowledge and attention that they felt at their very first meeting.
So that video just gives a kind of a big, broad overview of what we do for our nation's military. We have 180 offices worldwide. As you can imagine, for our military spouses, we offer a network of basically every PCS that spouse can land into another office and have a job, and just keep doing what they've been doing throughout their career with First Command. Our primary product that we provide our clients is a written financial plan. We will not open an account or sign an application until we have provided our clients a written financial plan to meet our fiduciary requirement that we have as a registered investment advisory company. I would imagine that Some of you are here right now because of COVID. I will say that, our company, we've been working through this. I've been in the office pretty much every day, considered essential employee, and we've been guiding our clients through this turbulent time. And, we've also been helping out new clients who have questions about, what does all this stuff going on in the market really mean? But I would imagine, and if we're in a room together, I'd ask you guys, what's important to you? What strikes home with these things on the screen? Because this is all stuff that we offer, and there's probably a few more that is not listed there. But we're about as close as, for the veterans out there, or maybe someone's separating from active duty, we're about as close as you can be to the military and have all those good things, the camaraderie, the friendships, the family culture, without the suck, being out on the flight line in the elements or jumping out of airplanes and all that fun stuff. As I said earlier, we have no expectations that you know anything about this career, and we have a very robust onboarding and training process with our home office located in Fort Worth, Texas, which you see there. We have training that starts out, as a professional development when you first come on as an advisor, and then throughout your career as an advisor, to include getting your CFP if you wanted to. First Command, we've been around since 1958 helping our nation's military. There was a time when we would only work with the military. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, we no longer have that requirement. But our roots were built in our military, which is why all of our offices are next to a major military installation. We're a privately held company. And as I already mentioned, 8 out of 10 of the advisors are veterans or active duty spouses. The fact that we're a private company gives us a lot of control and say in the direction of the company and what we do, which is a very huge benefit, which I can expound on later if anyone had questions on that. As I mentioned, we offer very robust onboarding and training. We send, I think the interesting thing here is, yes, we send the advisors to Fort Worth, Texas for 9 days. Two things I always like to point out at this point is there's a night where the president of our bank, who's a band, he leads a band, believe it or not, and he'll come over to the hotel and pizza, drinks, sodas, beer, and we have, I guess, what you would call a karaoke night with the president of our bank. And then the next day, you'll see him on campus wearing his suit and tie, looking like the bank president. But him on he knows you, and you know him on a first name basis, which is pretty powerful. On day 7 of our Fast Start Academy, graduation occurs, and we actually fly spouses out to attend graduation. And then they also get to spend 2 days at home office, getting to meet your classmates and the executive leadership of the company, just to see that, First Command home office really exists, and learn a little bit more about, what the new advisor is about to embark on. As I mentioned earlier, sometimes my biggest problem with advisors is they don't want to delegate and let their staff and all their resources help them. Our primary role is face-to-face meeting with our clients. Everything else can be delegated to a sales support team, to our local admin team, so you don't have to do any of that. All the compliance is taken care of. They're coming out with this new Reg BI thing that some of you may have heard about. We're at a fiduciary standard, so we're already a higher standard than that Reg BI, and really adding some paperwork to our process is all that we had to adjust for this new change coming out on the 30th of June next week. We have a lot of fun too. We create abundant lives for our clients. We try to do the same for our advisors. Every July, we have an annual advisor conference where we will send the advisor and the spouse out, all expenses paid, for a week-long celebration. you can imagine 3,000-4,000 people descending on a town and celebrating success for a week. And that's right there. It's Brad Witham, was our top gun a couple of years ago. But it's a great time. This year did get canceled because of COVID, but other than that, I think that's the first time in our history. We offer an entire array of financial solutions. You know, really, no company out there has a secret investment or secret product to financial success. It's all about the relationships and the support that we have from our home office. So we start out young military members, E5s, who just became a leader in our nation's military. Not a lot of money, but we're there to help with their financial plan. And that goes all the way to our retirees and some of our more higher net worth clients that have all kinds of advanced planning needs, which we're able to provide to them through our advanced planning team, you know, tax diversification strategies and all those fun words that are out there. We offer that whole array of services to all those different clients at different stages of their financial lives as they move towards retirement. As I mentioned, our onboarding process, we offer 9 months of paid time. We provide you everything you need to be successful. We have no out-of-pocket costs. As one of our fast start advisors, we provide an office, computer, everything you need to get started. And then we have incentives in place and bonuses for what we call the rookie year, so that really everything's designed that you're able to build a successful business within the first 2 to 3 years of becoming an advisor. And we're here to help and guide you along that process. You know, I often tell people that I have 2 daughters that play competitive soccer. I've never missed a soccer game unless I chose not to go. If I want to leave for Seattle for the weekend, I'll block my calendar and go. I don't have to ask permission for anyone. That's the control you have as owning your own calendar and being a business owner. Now, when I'm in Seattle, I might make a phone call. I might complete a plan. I might even be talking to some soccer parents that are there with me. But you own your calendar. You own your income. I often get asked, well, how much does a first-year advisor make? Our average first-year advisor earns about $55,000. And then by years 2 and 3, it's usually well above 6 figures, which is a pretty neat opportunity. The other neat thing is that, with us, when you start out as an advisor, you don't have to pass you're licensed and trained to do the entire financial plan with the support of our sales support team, meaning that whatever clients you make, you keep, you don't hand them off to anybody, which is, I think, another huge advantage of what we offer to our new advisors. And in the military, every rank is paid the same. That's a whole different outcome when you own your own business. You could be that soldier or airman that works the 24-hour shift, and you're going to get paid the same amount that the 8-hour shift person makes, and who doesn't really care what they're doing. And that's the other huge difference, is that your effort is directly reflected in your benefits and no one else's. As I mentioned, all the compliance is taken care of. In today's world of technology, you almost have to force your way to be non-compliant. It's almost impossible. But we walk a very black and white line with how we handle our fiduciary requirement to our clients. We also have professional development for advisors. I think that if the district advisor does their job correctly, that any advisor that joins this team is going to be asked to go fill a leadership role in some other place in the company. If they want to go do that, great. If they want to stay, they can stay. But we have all kinds of professional development and a career path for all of our advisors to follow throughout their tenure with First Command. I mentioned the onboarding paid time. The only paid time or not paid time is the licensing phase. That phase is done on your own. However, we pay and provide you for the study material, and we pay for you to sit and take the exams. And we have a pretty good idea of what it takes to pass the exams. And if you follow our vendors studying and prep, usually our advisors have no problem passing the exams on the first time. Then, like I mentioned, the 9-month training as a fast start program, you are an employee of First Command until you transition into an independent contractor or independent advisor. The other item that's mentioned on there is that mission accomplishment plan or points, and that's our deferred comp plan. That is a retirement plan basically for our advisors when they hit retirement with our company. It's kind of a picture of what the career path looks like for the advisors. You can see on the left the number of clients versus the revenue, and as you might know, that there is unlimited income potential in this career. I try not to focus on that. There are some advisors that make 6 figures their first year, but that is very difficult. As I mentioned earlier, we're not looking for experienced or licensed folks as financial advisors. We're more focused on finding leaders who we can coach and mentor to be successful advisors. For our veterans out there, if you're separating active duty, this whole world of financial advisor and sales career might seem out of your track, if you will. That's what I was told when I got out of the Army. I wish I had listened and done differently, although I had fun over the years building things, but this by far is the best career I've ever had, and I really enjoy it. So whether or not you join our company, don't let someone's tell you that because you were a flight line person in the Air Force that you need to be a aircraft mechanic or stay in operations. Be open-minded about what your potential is out there in the civilian world. As I mentioned earlier, our culture is very similar to the military. It's a very family-oriented, team-oriented approach. We have 4 or 5 advisors in the office, and we work as a team. We're not out there by ourselves, which I think is pretty cool. So as I mentioned, we're looking for leaders. And our career page is down there at the bottom of the screen at wehireleaders.com. It tells a little bit about the career. You can learn more about First Command, or you can reach out to me directly on LinkedIn or wherever, look us up on Google. I'll be glad to answer any of the questions that you may have. But again, we're just looking for leaders. And I tell everyone that I talk to, there's probably 4 things you need to be successful in this career. You need to work hard and study hard. You have to get through the licensing, and you have to get through the first couple of years. You have to be coachable, and then you have to be accountable, meaning you hold yourself accountable and you allow us to hold you accountable. And then the 4th thing I throw in there is grit. And if there's a book out there written by Angela Duckworth that talks about grit, which I think is another important quality to have. So that wraps up my little presentation there. I guess I'll open up to questions if anyone has questions at this time.
Yeah, I have a few questions. So when a candidate applies, how long does it usually take you to reach out to them?
We're usually in touch with them within 24 hours.
Awesome. And then is there any additional employee incentives or perks besides just like insurance?
Well, when you're a home office employee, you have all the typical benefits that you would expect from a large company with 401k, medical, and all that. But after the 9 months, when you become an independent contractor, you're your own business owner, and that's when we have the deferred comp plan for our advisors, though.
Awesome. And then once you're on your, like once you're on your own, do you have to come into the office or can you work from home?
A good question. Like I said, we've been using Zoom now for a while, and when this COVID stuff happened, we're able to pretty much work with clients from anywhere. A lot of our advisors have been working from home. Some will come into the office. For me, I have kids at home, so there's no way I could work there. But we're able to put the Zoom meetings and actually, meet someone for the first time and have them become a client.
Awesome. And then what stands out on an application when you're trying to hire someone?
For me, it's more of the leadership roles and of course with military backgrounds of any type. That's what I look for. And necessarily don't even have to have a college degree, but we just want people who are going to work hard and be coachable.
Awesome. So it looks like those are all of the questions we have.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being with us today, Todd.
You bet. Thank you. And hopefully I hear from some of you folks out there. So
Yes,
good luck.
definitely. And then this will be recorded, so you'll be able to use this in the future also.
Perfect.
Awesome. Alrighty, take care.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right, guys. So that session wrapped up a little before 2:30 for our last presenter. We do have both of our presenters on hold right now, so I am just going to share my screen and go over the schedule real quick. So we just heard from Todd with First Command Financial Services. We have also heard from Atlas Staffing and Valor Global today also. So just a friendly reminder, if you have jumped to another room or you missed any of those companies, this session is recorded. So don't worry, you will be able to view this in the future. Also, this session is sponsored by Atlas Staffing. So without Atlas Staffing, we would not be able to have the event today. So thank you so much from Austin from Atlas Staffing. And then one last reminder is that we are answering questions at the end of each presenter. So when the company is done talking about their jobs, we will answer any questions that you guys have. So please, please, please use that, and it's located on the bottom. So if you have any questions, please ask them. We will answer them. And this virtual job fair does end at 3. So our last presenter will be on just shortly, and that will be Taos. And then you will be hearing from Mike and Lisa. So they're actually on right now, so I feel like we can get started a little bit early. So let me stop sharing my screen and I will get you guys on here.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. I am not Lisa. I'm Mike.
Yes, so there's Lisa.
Hello.
Hi,
Oh.
guys.
Hi, I'm gonna move this camera over here so I am looking at the camera.
Awesome.
Can you guys hear me okay?
You're a little soft. Can you go a little bit louder?
Let me see if I can turn up my volume.
Is the microphone fine?
I can hear you, Mike.
No, is the headset okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Can you guys hear me any better?
A little bit. It's still kind of low.
Where do I go? I'm used to having my AirPods in.
It's better now. So maybe if you're just closer.
Oh, I wonder if it's for it's probably my computer.
Oh,
Can you
there you
guys
go.
hear me okay?
Oh,
Yeah.
now, yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Okay, yeah. I was back to here and then
Yeah, no, that's
So-
awesome. So I will give you guys the 30 minutes. I will mute myself and turn off my video. And then towards the end, about 5 minutes, I'll appear back on if you and then answer any questions they have.
Awesome. Okay. So are we ready? Is everyone ready or we go? Okay.
I'm muting
Perfect.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are ready to start whenever you're ready.
Okay. Excellent. So we have people in the room and ready to go. Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, good. Excellent. So I will start and then I will hand over to Mike. So my name is Lisa Howard. I am one of the corporate recruiters with Taos. We are an IT services and solution provider here in Boise, Idaho. We do have a corporate office in San Jose. That is originally where Taos was founded a little over 31 years ago now. So it's been an amazing journey to really be able to watch Taos grow and be very successful in the services we provide. Some of the solutions, we are really in that digital transformation space with cloud migration and strategy, optimization, and of course the end user support along with our consulting division as well. So we were founded by an IT professional back in the late 80s. And really Taos's main thing has been really tailoring solutions and services to help our organization really modernize and captivate on the solutions for our clients. So some of the things that we hire for, which Mike will cover here shortly, are really to provide just an exceptional service to our clients. Company and culture-wise, we are very focused around things such as work-life balance, very great, amazing benefits packages, and just the ability to accelerate your career within the IT space. That's been a huge optimization for us to be able to hire individuals that are not just seeking a job. They're really looking for something where they can accelerate in their career. I'm going to share a presentation that Mike and I have put together. So give me 2 seconds and I'll get my screen to be able to share my screen with everybody. And we'll kind of start with who we are. See where my controls went. All right, so hopefully everyone can see my screen. Mike said we can, good. So really what Taos is, explore what's next at Taos. That's been a slogan that we are kind of our branding, if you would. So I won't read this verbatimly since most of us can read a slide presentation. But, Taos is, why work for Taos? There's a lot of options for people in the IT industry and even people that are non-IT, from recruiting and relationship management, customer success, but they want to be involved in a tech company. So, sometimes companies struggle with different optimizations around technology. We don't. We are really on the cutting edge. We work with amazing clients from medium to small size, and across all things like from technical support, engineering, DevOps, anything really in that cloud space. And we are greatly excited to announce that we were in the Magic Quadrant for Gartner this year because we are a premier partner with all 3 major cloud providers, Google, Microsoft, and Amazon. We are also co-branded with Google. So part of that multiple faceted environment really brings to the, operating of the technologies. And these are the technologies and the companies and just the culture of our company that you're going to experience as you join Taos. Oh, sorry, moved my mouse. So accessibility, collaboration, good teamwork. It takes truly a village to come into Taos and be able to support our clients, because we do a lot behind the scenes in all capacities, whether you're in HR, finance, accounting, recruiting, IT, to support clients of the size and magnitude in such a fast-paced environment. And even in very uncertain time, we are hiring. We're offering a lot of great opportunities to people in Boise,
outside of Boise and Idaho and across the nation. So I'm going to let Mike jump in and talk a little bit more about why Taos and some of the positions, explain a little bit more about the managed services. So Mike, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you, Lisa. Taos, it might be, Lisa went into a little bit of the long history of Taos, but Taos has been in Boise. We are in on the corner of Overland and Maple Grove, right across from CWI. And we are what is called a managed service provider. And that's kind of a interesting word, but if you look at it, we manage different services for different companies around the United States. We can imagine that you are the CEO of a company, and for some reason it might be too expensive, it might be you might not have the talent to provide different services for your company, like technical support, like networking support, like operations center support, Windows, Linux, any of those type of things. You look elsewhere for that. And our founder, Rick, about 11 years ago, saw there was going to be a backlash from tech support being taken overseas. So he founded Taos in Boise, Idaho, and we've been here ever since. The different roles that we are applying for, there we go, thank you, Lisa. What a managed service provider does is we manage the services like technical support for companies. Some of the companies that we manage for are for, say, like Sephora, the makeup company. Anytime one of their employees comes in and has a technical issue, they call their tech support, and it rings here in Boise, Idaho, and you answer the phone saying Sephora Help Desk, and you help them through whatever issue that they might be having. As well as that would be tier 1. We do provide tier 2, which would be network operations center. We have a NOC on site, as well as an OC on site, which is an operations center where we can do Windows, Linux, and cloud support. We also can do higher level engineering support in the cloud, like moving a company to the cloud or something along that lines. The skills that we look for right now, we are hiring technical support, tier 1 tech support. We're looking for people with a background in technology. A+ certification goes great. If you have experience with Active Directory, that'd be wonderful. But mostly we're looking for good customer service with a basis and in technical support, and the ability to learn is huge. I started out in technical support and then moved over into the recruiting department 5 years ago. And it's a great place for moving up, moving over, and making a career. Lisa?
Yeah, I'll unmute myself, thanks. Excellent. So some of you guys and gals on the phone may have asked, well, none of that really fits into my, what I'm looking for, and that's not a problem. We have always have things listed on our website, but one thing that we really pride ourselves on is we love to talk to people. We're recruiters. That's what we do. It's in our nature. So referrals. Taos has an amazing referral program. If none of these positions are something you're interested in, but you know people in the IT field, you know people that do recruiting or sales or customer success, we offer a referral bonus. And that does not mean you have to work for Taos in order to be eligible for that. So we pay you for them. If you really, all you need to do is in front of you right now is my email address. It's Mike's email address as well. And if you send us the name and contact information and or resume of someone that you think would be a great fit to Taos from the culture, the company, the technical side, or some of the other positions we offer, if we interview them and hire them, once they've hit basically it's about 30 days, we will send you $1,000 referral bonus. And it's as simple as that. And there is no cap. So if you know anybody that is looking for opportunities, please, please, please send them our way. We love to talk to them, and hopefully we can, definitely get some referral money coming your way as well. If you have any questions on how that works, you can definitely shoot Mike and I or myself an email. And if these are positions that you're interested in and you're like, wow, this is exactly what I'm looking for, or maybe you just have some additional questions, we don't have a very extensive way to fill. You don't have to fill out an application. Here's how to apply. You literally can just take your resume, send it to Mike Justice. That's Mike on the phone right here with us today, and myself, Lisa Howard. Our email addresses are up on the screen, hopefully right now for you. And how to apply. These are, you can literally just have to send a resume and kind of reference the virtual IDL job fair. Let us know you're interested. And even if it's not something you see or saw on that list of positions, but are very interested in maybe eventually working for Taos, we would be happy to connect with you. We definitely have our LinkedIn profiles updated on LinkedIn, so feel free to connect that way as well. And all of our positions are always listed at our Taos website, which is just taos.com. If you go to the talent page, they have tons of positions listed. Besides the positions that are listed that Mike covered earlier, we do have a consulting division of Taos. We do hire consultants to support a variety of other clients of ours. Consulting for Taos is very similar to being kind of part of Taos in general. We want to make sure that you feel you're part of Taos. We offer a full benefits package, whether you're part of our managed services, internal, consulting. We have an amazing benefits package, health, dental, vision, partial 401k matching, paid time off, vacation. Also, we do provide you $1,000 a year for education reimbursement, and those are things that can be utilized for books, classes, certifications. And for all you tech savvy people out there that are interested in cloud, with our partnerships, all of cloud certifications come at no cost. So if you join Taos, those cloud certs, again, no cost. You can obtain any and all of those. And sometimes we even do fun cloud challenges where we give bonuses for people that obtain some of those cloud certs. So as you can see, ongoing education is extremely valuable. And we very much pride ourselves on making sure people have good career progression. It's not just what you can give to Taos, but it's what we can give back to you as a professional. And again, it's not just IT. Mike and I have our own challenges with getting some of the cloud certs and things on the business side. So lots of opportunities at Taos that we want to share with you. Definitely open to questions and opportunities, but again, to apply, all you need to do is just send us your resume, reference this job fair, let us know what kind of positions you're interested in, and then individually we'll be able to schedule some times to follow up and have more individual conversations. Mike, is there anything else that you want to add?
Oh, there's the mute button. Not really. I did want to say one or two things about the training aspect. Any certification that you would get, these would be technical certifications. You couldn't go to, I guess, Zamzows and get an organic gardening certification or something like that. But any technical certification that you get is covered 100% on a reimbursement basis. So if you were thinking of getting that A+ certification or CCNA or Linux certification or anything like that, you would need to pay for it out of pocket, but as soon as you got that certification, we would pay for that. Like Lisa said, AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud Platform are paid for 100% because of our premier status with them. We do have our Center of Innovation here where Google did provide funds to create an area where we can show what the Google Cloud Platform and bring people in and companies in and show them what it looks like and give them demonstrations, which is always nice. That is about it. We do have all the underpinnings jobs that make a business run, like the human resources and other positions as well on the website that you can see, and we're always looking for things. So just because maybe technically might not be there, there are other skills that people have that could be a good fit for Taos.
Excellent. All right. Well, that's pretty much the presentation that we wanted to give, and hopefully, Hannah, if I don't know if there's any questions that have come in, or if people want to ask questions, I'll be happy. Mike and I'd be happy to answer those.
Yeah, there's a few questions. So are there any additional employee incentives or perks?
As far as, I mean, we talked about the $1,000 reimbursement. Right now, most of us are working remotely, so it was pretty easy for us to kind of pick up and work remote in this kind of unprecedented time of what we do, with the virus right now. So, it's a very friendly environment. We pride ourselves a lot on the ongoing education within Taos and the training. The one benefit I think a lot of companies, when you join Taos, your benefits go live the first day of the month following your employment. So if you were to start with us the last day of June, July 1st, you would have your health, dental, and vision available to you. And so it's a very quick turnaround time with benefits. I know people sometimes struggle to think they're going to have to wait 30, 60, 90 days for benefits when they join a company. That's not Taos. That's a very quick turnaround time. And we do provide not only an FSA program, which is flex spending, we also have the HRA, which Taos contributes quite a bit to. So lots of options with benefits. I know that seems to be playing on a lot of people's mind right now. So those are definitely things that we definitely have, I think, kind of above and beyond. We work with Voya for our financial side with our 401k, and they offer a lot of employee assistance at no cost. So there's, definitely flexibility there. And we're not a big company. We're about 650 employees strong. And so working for a mid-sized company, I think you definitely have more of a voice. And I think I've been here almost 10 years, and it's great to be part of that organization.
Okay.
Just personally, just the ability to be able to move up in the company and move over in the company. I started tech support and I'm in recruiting now. It's just, there is that opportunity for advancement if you have the skills and the drive and can learn the skills. There is definitely opportunity to move forward. Lisa looks for those people that want to move up and within the company before looking without all the time.
Awesome. We do have a question that was wrote in. Can you talk a little more about the interview process timelines? So I think they're asking when they submit an application, how long do they wait until they are reached by you guys? And then what the interview process and then like starting with them looks like.
Yeah, I can answer that real quick, Lisa. If you email me directly, I will respond pretty fast. Give me a day, please. If you apply online, it goes to a centralized mailbox and then is distributed. So it is going to take a couple days to get that resume. After I receive the resume, look it over, I will get in touch regardless with you. And sort of, I can answer questions, not to give you a technical interview, but sort of talk to you about the technical skills needed in order to get through the interview process. And that's usually about an hour-long phone call, to be realistic. It would be talking with me. And then I would schedule an interview with the leads. The leads are the people that sort of are the managers within the service desk. They would go through about an hour-long interview process. It'd be a video call, and they would do a deeper dive into the technical skills as well as the customer service skills that are needed in order to do the job. They would go through a couple different scenarios with you, like when have you had to deal with an agitated customer or something along that lines. After that interview, usually within the same day, if it's within normal business hours, we will get we can proceed, or for these reasons, we're not going to proceed, kind of feedback. I do reach out directly to everyone that gets that feedback and let them know whether the good and the bad of the feedback. You're just not going to go into a black hole where you don't know what's happening. If everything goes well and it's a thumbs up, we do have what we call trainings that happen every month or so. We have one coming up on the 6th of the next month. So we try to get all the people that are getting hired that sort of month or two in that one training. Because of COVID, we have had to adjust the training a little bit. Normally, we would have you come into Taos and go through a class basically for a couple weeks. Now it is you come in, pick up your gear, and then go home and set everything up and do everything virtually. That's pretty much the hiring process. I can go however deep you want to into that as well.
All right, that sounds great. I have another question. Do you ever have any data engineering or database administration roles available?
Yeah, we definitely, the DBA side has fluctuated over the years. I think one thing that we're definitely looking for pretty consistently, whether it's on our consulting side or sometimes with our managed services, is that data. We have data engineering for sure on the consulting side, but the database administration, the biggest component is usually we are expecting someone that has some cloud exposure. So database administration, we're seeing Oracle, we're seeing Postgres, MySQL, so, and as well as the SQL Server side, it's still pretty widespread. Postgres has been a little more aggressive from what we consider for a DBA role. But again, we're also seeing components of looking for individuals that do have some cloud exposure. AWS is still by far the heaviest hit when we look for experience. But if someone has experience with Azure or the Google Cloud Platform, the GCP side, we're definitely able to talk. So if someone's interested, today I do not have a DBA position open. I know we have some data engineering roles on the consulting side, but that doesn't mean that tomorrow I have a hiring manager come to me and say, hey, I have a position, I need somebody. So if someone has that kind of background and is interested, definitely send me your information and we can talk.
Awesome. Another question is, do you have any senior management or leadership roles open right now?
The one position that I am looking to fill, we are looking for someone possibly more in the Bay Area, which is where our corporate office is located. But because we have such a big presence in Boise, we definitely would be open to someone, here in Boise as well. And that is a product manager. So the product manager position, we just got it available to us, and something that I'm searching for. So we're looking for someone that is really going to have some product development, product management, product marketing, and kind of technology partnerships. Very good strategic, someone that's understanding of a managed services and kind of an IT solution provider. And I have quite a bit of detail on that. So definitely a more senior level management position. And if someone is interested in something or has that type of background, definitely reach out and be happy to talk to you and send you kind of the job description. We just posted it this morning on our website.
Awesome. And then you guys right now are kind of working remotely due to the pandemic. After this is all done, does everyone work in office or do you have remote positions open?
I am actually, I have a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old, so I volunteered to come into work for the past couple weeks. But yes, there are remote options, especially in the Twin Falls area. That is pretty much all remote. Right now, the service desk in the Boise area is remote. But they are thinking that it's going to be coming in, it's going to move back on site, but there is no timeline at this time for that.
And for some of the other positions, there's sysadmins within our operations, senior engineering, my DevOps Now team, which is my DevOps engineering team. Those are all remote. They can be located anywhere from, we have people in Canada to anywhere in the US, here in Boise, that just are wanting to be more remote, especially right now. So I would say about probably close to 90% of our teams are remote. But those types of positions, once you kind of get to those levels, those are all remote, and they don't have to ever really come into the office. Once travel starts to open up a little bit, and hopefully maybe this time next year, probably some visits to Idaho or to the Boise office, or maybe even San Jose. But San Jose office, I think, is still pretty much closed down. But yeah, we're really open to remote. I think with technology, it's just a possibility. So
That's awesome. So we have another one. Do you ever have software QA analyst / test engineer / SDET / business analysis, etc. type roles?
Lisa, we both unmuted. Yes, we do. I would suggest going into the Taos.com website. If you follow some of the tabs, you will see it's pretty up to date. Lisa posts those mostly herself and keeps those pretty up to date. So if we have something, it would be on the website. Those pop up though quite often.
Awesome. And then let's see. Last question, unless anyone writes in, but what stands out to you guys on an application?
For me, I mean, I think it's, obviously work history is extremely important, but we're very flexible. We understand this has been a fairly up and down economy with a lot of things right now. Making sure that you're articulating your skill set, and making sure that, it meets some of the criteria. We're not just a round peg, round hole kind of company. But I think, we're not looking for big cover letters or such, but really make sure the skill set's on there, make sure the education is updated, and, just making sure that some of those keywords, especially if you're in technology, if you've worked on a cloud platform of any sort, list it. Make sure those are keywords on there. And from a recruiting perspective, spell check it, have someone else read over it, make sure it reads well. If there's gaps of employment, we understand that. Don't feel like you have to explain or go into a lot of detail. Just make sure that it's polished and professional. Make sure it matches your LinkedIn profile. I see that a lot where someone will take the time to send me a resume but won't update their LinkedIn profile. I do cross-reference that. I'm not as big about references yet. You can definitely do good recommendations on LinkedIn. But, resumes that are well put together, not just one-liners. I understand that if someone's been in a job for 10 or 15 years, that's a lot of information. You're not going to make a 40-page resume. So really combine and condense it, but make sure you shine. Make sure don't be afraid to really let somebody know what kind of things you've done, because as recruiters, we're looking for that. So again, those are some key things that, as long as I'm fine with a 2-page resume. People ask all the time, does it have to be 1 page? No, if you've got enough experience and good experience, I'm fine with 2 pages. Just make sure that you don't make it repetitive. I've seen people like cut and copy the same job from one job to the next because they've been the same job. Don't cut and copy it. Make sure that you truly dive in, and you also need to customize it to the position you're applying for. Don't lie, of course, but customize it. Make sure it's, you really looked at those details of the job. And please, please, please research, know the companies you're talking to. Sometimes I get emails like, hi, I'm interested in working for so-and-so. And I'm like, well, that's not my company. So just make sure you take the extra couple of seconds and make sure that you read through it, because recruiters do pick up on those things.
Those are really awesome tips. Those are some of the ones that you would not think of that are just so blatant, but that people probably don't double check. So that's awesome.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, those are all of the questions I have for you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No. Yep. Thank you so much for having us. And if anyone needs anything or has any questions, like I said, don't forget the the referral bonuses that we offer. and obviously how to apply. So thank you everybody for your time. And Hannah, again, thank you guys for having us.
Of course, guys. Take care.
Okay,
Thanks.
you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. All right, guys. So that concludes today's session for Networking Room 2. Thank you so much for coming. Just some reminders, this room is recorded, so we will be posting this online for future use. So if you are a company or an attendee today, you will have this at your fingertips, so that's awesome. Also, a huge thank you to Atlas Staffing again for sponsoring this room, and thank you to everyone who showed up. Alrighty, take care, guys. Bye.